being dragged into such a situation. And whether it is Lebanese themselves or other stakeholders in the region are again contributing towards not allowing Lebanon to fall in such a trap.
But Mr. Prime Minister, I want to ask you, if you look at it from another perspective, I mean, Hezbollah, the Shiite, it is becoming a Sunni Shiite conflict in the region in many ways, and by using Syria as an ally and this regime in particular, they feel that their influence is going to be diminished in this area or in Lebanon, and they might become more assertive and aggressive to impose their position on the ground. So don't you think that this scenario is possible also? I mean, and especially Iran, with Iran, Syria, and this bloc,
I would like to really say in here is that the stakes are becoming very high. And anybody who really pushes things to that extent, he will not suffer in one area, but the degree of suffering might really be extended into so many other areas in the region. So that's why I'm telling you the stakes are too high becoming. And those who are really trying to capitalize on some differences that are between the Shiites and the Sunnites is not going to really bring, in my opinion, bear fruits. There is that degree of sensitivity, but it is a futile confrontation. It's not in the interest of anybody. And ultimately, it is in the interest of everybody to see what are the benefits that will accrue at the end of the day from democracy and from the reinstatement of the role of the state as a credible institution that's needed by everybody. Because everybody is now, especially in Lebanon, realizing that the absence of a credible state that is respected by everybody is in fact really very harmful for all. And that's why they are really realizing now out of real experience in the areas in which there is a real control by, let's say, Hezbollah, and there is no presence, a real presence for the state, they are realizing what they are really suffering and the problems that they are facing within the society, and how much this is going to really affect them by so many ills that are happening to the society. The degree of recognition of these problems is not equal everywhere, and not everybody is realizing this, but gradually this situation is taking place. I believe in the final analysis that this course leading to a confrontation between the Shiites and the Sunnites is something that everybody will try to avert it rather than allowing themselves to fall in such a trap. It is not in their interest, not in the interest of the region, and at the end of the day they will discover that there are, let's say, certain matters in which they disagree among each other on it. But on the other hand, there are lots of things in common, and at the end of the day they will see that it is not in their interest.
And are you worried about divisions in the Syrian National Council?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. That there might be some differences between here and there, you see. But I mean, these groups are, many of them are people who have been, let's say, opposing the regime. They have been residing outside, and they have not really practiced real striving for let's say, liberating the country and so on. They have not. They have been rather very theoretical and so on. But at least they are providing now themselves to be a real compass in which people can really find direction through them. As you know, these regimes, including the Syrian regime, they have made a great deal of effort of uprooting or eliminating any sort of opposition over the past years. It is a real police state that has been practiced over the past years. Now, I mean, there might be some differences here and there. There is some difference between the Syrian National Council and the Coordination Committee within Syria. يعني, ultimately, their real effort has to be really made in order to trying to bring them together, and every effort that can be exercised by the Arab League on the one hand and by the friendly nations in trying to bring these people together on a certain agenda that really considers the importance of the real values of democracy, of respecting human rights, of independence, of the sovereignty of Syria, of the Arab values that unites them, all of them together. I think that will be very helpful as well. That's why I said that it is the convergence of all these factors that will ultimately expedite the process of the downfall of the regime.